Remote learning. I can learn. Hello, teachers. I'm about to show you how I use GarageBand and add those to my lessons. I do that at the very end after I've gotten everything that I need, all the content down. And I typically do it for math lessons, not reading lessons, because students need to listen really closely when you're doing phonics and foundational reading. So it's not really good to have any extra sounds in there. But I'm going to just walk you through what I do. So I go into GarageBand, and there's a few different ways you can do it. And I'm into music, so I like to do a lot of different things. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to assume that you're not really into music like me, because I'm a rapper. I do just a lot of things. So I'm going to go into live loops, not tracks. So that's just, this is just an easy way for you. For this, I'm going to use electro funk. Electro funk is really good with learning because it has a little bit of a higher tempo. So with this, you don't have to be really good at playing the drums, playing the guitar, playing the piano. You don't have to know anything because everything is already in a preset loop. So all you have to do is just push play on the loop, and then it'll make a beat for you. So the first thing I like to do is I like to look at my tempo. The tempo here is set at 116, which is really high. That's close to techno style beats, so that's cool for me. And sometimes I like to add loops because they have Apple loops here. So I'm not going to add any loops, but sometimes I add the loops. I just listen to the loop, and if you like it, I'll just show you what you need to do. So if I want that loop, I have to drag it somewhere over here. I try to drag it somewhere that's not already filled up. And sometimes they won't let you put it in a certain place, but they let me put that right there. So the one rule that you need to know is that if you click down here where you see these numbers at on the lower hand bottom of the screen, if I click this, then everything in that column is going to play until I stop it. Okay? So if you just want that beat that you just heard, then all you have to do is click record, and then just like that. And then you just let it keep recording as long as you want it to go. So it's just going to keep going. Alright, I'm going to stop it right there because I am doing a tutorial video. So let's say that's the length that I wanted this song, and let's say this is exactly how I want the song. I want you to keep in mind that GarageBand is not recording my audio right now. So even though Recorded is recording my audio, this instrumental will have no audio in it. So that's really important because we don't want to overlap audio. So then I'm going to go out. All you got to do is push the upper left-hand corner. And then here it is right here. I'm going to rename it Experiment. Okay, this is how I put it onto my lessons. I go ahead and click share, song, share again, and then open in apps. And I'm using my iPad Mini 5, just so you know what device I'm on right now. And this normally takes a few seconds for the actual song to export. So all I'm doing is just transferring it into iMovie. It gets more complicated if you're trying to take this beat somewhere else. So for the sake of time, when you're doing your live lessons, try not to get too complicated. So I'm just going to go to the last edited movie I did, which was this. Okay. So this is how long it is. Now, you can like duplicate it to make it longer. So I'm going to duplicate it and then I'm going to drag it. So you see, that's a whole nother step, and that'll take time too. So you might just want to make the beat longer so that you don't have to keep duplicating it. So if you're doing like a 2-minute beat or a 2-minute video, then you could let that beat keep playing for 2 minutes. So however long you let it play, then that's how long the actual beat is going to be, so you can time it while you play that live loop. So and then you just go ahead and share it into here. And I want to show you something else. So when you go into audio, you can go into My Music on iMovie, and then you go down to import it, and it'll be there. So like if you have another video and you don't want to go back into GarageBand, you'll already have some beats here. And as you can see, I have some already, and I just keep using the same beats because they're really in the background of my video, so the students really don't know that it's the same beat because it's not that loud. Because what I'll do is I'll turn the beat down, typically to around 30%, no higher than that. Really wanting to draw with my Apple Pencil. So the video that I want to talk to you guys. Okay, and as you can see right there, it's not drowning out my voice. And if I feel like my voice is being drowned out, I just go higher on my voice. And if I feel like I have to, I'll go down to 25%, depending on the instruments and the beats. Some instruments just take over. So if it's one of those beats where you know the instrument is just too loud, then you might have to actually turn that beat down. So I try not to create beats like that. I'm going to go back into GarageBand. Okay, so that's how you're going to use GarageBand inside your live lessons. And I really hope teachers do this because you want to have lessons that's entertaining to your students, not just lessons with great content. If you have, especially if you teach special education students, they really have short attention spans. So I try to keep the lessons short and entertaining. Thank you.